Valentino! Hi guys, so today is Valentino's last day school day. um, you have a smart dog, you have a very intelligent dog who wants to work, to do the work. The biggest thing that I'm seeing that you guys are struggling with is him wanting to take ownership or control over you guys. So when he sets his mind to something, he's like, cool, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna do it. And what we've been working on is that he has to relinquish that. So if he wants my attention or if he wants this ball, jumping at me is not gonna get it. Valentino, Tino, sitting and looking at me, yes, good boy, is what allows him to get the things that he wants. So it's kind of like, hey, you can ask for the cookie, but you have to say please to get the cookie. It's teaching those manners and those expectations for him. The hardest part, yes, good boy, the hardest part with him is going to be reinforcement. Because he does put on the charm, because he does do so well overall, yes, okay. It's about finding ways that you can integrate this practice in your day-to-day. So the name game, working on Valentino. Sit. Valentino. Yes, good boy. He sits and he looks, then he gets the reward. Now, I've been messing with him toward the end of our sessions, so it's Valentino, Val, and then Tino. I don't know what syllable you guys use for him when you train or just in life. I know my personal dogs have like 20 nicknames, so I've been kind of breaking it up just to mess with him a little bit, just to see, okay, do I have your focus no matter what is happening? But he has to sit and look for everything. Now, I don't know, I think we caught it on the video, but when he has a toy and you want him to disengage from it, you can use a drop it command. I've been pairing it with leave it. Leave it is going to be your overall, you stop what you're doing and completely check in with the human. And ideally, if there's a toy in your mouth, it's blah, what's up? Okay, cool, we can go back to play, or what are we doing? So Val, here, yeah, good boy. Just get it, get it. You want the ball? You want the ball? Yeah, yeah, go get it. Good boy. Valentino. Yes. Valentino. Now, one of the things I've noticed with him is like, you notice, like if my hands are down here, it's a game of keep away. Like, no, I'm going to get it. No, I'm going to get it. But when I stand up and I remove myself from him, he immediately spit it out. He is definitely a FOMO dog, fear of missing out. If you walk away from him, okay, we're going, bye. He's like, wait, where are you going? If I stop playing with him, he's like, wait, what are we doing? What's happening? He's definitely a dog that wants to be with his people. Leave it, sir. Valentino, come. Yes, good boy. Yes. And the biggest thing with when we do a leave it is what are we doing instead of it? So can we sit? Good. Because leave it is okay, now what? So he left the treats that were up there. Good boy. I can say leave it. Valentino. So he dropped it, but he walked away and he dropped it over here. We're still, it's not 100%, unfortunately. But he does do like the letter of the law. He is definitely a type of like, okay, I did it, but I did it in my own capacity within the box that you gave me type thing. Again, letter of the law type statement instead of what the intention and letter of the law is. He is definitely more toy motivated. I've tried using treats and occasionally he'll take them, but I would recommend getting a ball like this. That way you have a handle if you need it. You can stick it in your pocket. You can shove this in like a belt loop. You can let him have it, tug, 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 tug. And then you're like, okay, leave it. And that way, even if he does have it in his mouth, you still have a piece of control. You can let him have this whole thing. And when he does drop it, then you just pick it up by this. So that way you're not having to deal with a slimy ball. But we've been using this as our reinforcement. Now, I've used tennis balls and I have a couple other harder balls that I train with. But this seems to be the best overall. So whether we're in the daycare yard, whether we're in the training room, or we're out in the lobby, he still gets that play motivation. He will take treats occasionally, but I think this is going to be your best bet when you're asking for stuff. Come here. Hi. Can you sit? Good. Now, when we ask for a place command, I like to get them in a sitting or down. I'm going to do a flat hand out, place, and then you can walk away. He stays there until you give him a release marker. I like to do, Valentino, okay, good boy. And then he immediately can either have the ball, I shove it in his face, or I can toss it to him. Place I teach as a one general hold or duration command. So whether it's wait, stay, or place, I teach them on a cot first, and then it can be wherever I put you. Come here, Valentino. Jessica boy, come here. Can you sit? Place. Now, with this command is, can you walk away with confidence from your dog? Valentino, okay, yes, good boy. Yes, okay, go get it. Can you walk away from your dog with confidence? So can you put him in there and then, okay, bye. Yes, Jessica boy. Can you bring in the groceries? Can you unload the dishwasher? Can you put away the laundry from folding it? And ask him for a place. If you can integrate little times throughout your time and throughout your day, he's going to be better for you overall. Sit, place. I'd also say working on impulse control. Can I take a toy and toss it up in the air? And work on sit, place. Even if I'm not too far away from it, there's this impulse if I have to leave it with place. Pairing the two together. So if yes, place, where it's all about what do I do with that frustration? What do I do when I see another dog? Valentino, okay. Then I get to have the reward with it. When we do things in play, we see that integration in the rest of their lives and in the rest of what your day-to-day looks like. Leave it, place, even recall. For him, that's where the name game starts the foundation of it and building into, so he's off chewing on that. I'm going to walk away. Valentino, come. Come on, buddy. Definitely keeping this in the video because I want you to show that there are times where dogs are like, no, I'm clearly done, lady. Why are you asking this? Valentino, come on. Come on, good boy. Come on. Yes, good boy. Come on. Come on. Dude. Thank you. Jessica boy. Jessica boy. Even though he didn't come, I gave him a negative marker. I gave him a moment, and I let him have a chance. Now, the hardest part is us as humans is that we want it now. And we're going to make it happen or do it ourselves. Allowing him the opportunity to struggle, allowing him the opportunity to process, good boy. Those are the moments where he's really going to understand, yes, this is what you're actually asking. I know I have a video from this week on Monday where I was working with him in the daycare yard, in the pool yard, and in the daycare yard. Did he sploot? He did. I love when he does this. That little sploot. My favorite. Jessica boy. He is quite happy with himself. But when I'm working in those high threshold areas, it's Valentino, come, yeah, it's a party. Good boy, you did it right there. Because it's all about, even if it's a bunny, a car, a dog, something that you're like, oh shit, you're gonna die, or oh no, why are you running away from me? You have to be more exciting than the thing over there. So that's where practicing his name as a command in of itself is going to make your recall command that much more successful and higher in practice. We just came in from the daycare yard, so that's why he's a little tired. Now, the main reason that you guys joined training and started training was the leash work. And I know we've gone back and forth a little bit between using a slip lead and then using a gentle leader. Now, you can, I think I've sent a video from this for you guys before, and I'll do a high contrast slip lead. Disco boy, so you can see it. You can see that on him. No, that blends in. The blue one's gonna be too short. Let's see. Can you see this against you? Come here. Valentino, come. So this is where I'm gonna give him a second. And then I'm gonna say, Valentino, come. Good boy. Yes, that's a good boy. As he knocks me over. Can you give him that space? It's gonna be really frustrating, but the more that you can give him that opportunity, the higher success he's gonna have. Disco boy, I know you wanna play. You don't wanna do leash work, do you? All right, So if we do a slip lead, and we are going to put it on like a gentle leader, this blue one I have, I'm going to put it on right now, is too short. But I just wanted to throw it on here to show you. Let's see if you can see it off of the camera. This. So you put it around his head, and then what you're going to do, so here's that loop. You're going to put it over his nose, and then underneath here, you're going to loop it through, and then now you have a slip lead gentle leader that will do the same thing. So whether we walk like this or we walk like this, he's pretty comfortable with both. When we walk, he does pretty well. Now, he still puts on the brakes occasionally with me, and when we do that, and he does it with our daycare staff too when they're moving him from one yard to another. Rule of thumb that I'm going to give you guys and when I give them, 3 steps. You have to take 3 steps, and it's going to feel like you're dragging him those 3 steps, because that's when he starts walking. If you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's still pulling, stop, check in on him. What's happening? Can you do a name game? Valentino? Yes, good boy. Does he check in with you? Give him some praise. Yeah, I know you want that toy so bad. And then you can go off and do what you're doing. It doesn't take long for him to redirect and disengage, but he does know, like 2 steps, he's like, I can just wait. I can just wait. So even if he's plopped down on the ground as like a pancake, can you work on getting him to, okay, let's go with those 3 steps. Hi, go boy, yes. With the leash walking, again, I want you guys to practice. Even with the gentle leader, you can do it as well. You got to be a little bit more easy on your turns. And with the gentle leader on, I would recommend doing turning into him versus the slip lead tug and release. Come here. I know I put the toy away. Good boy. Okay. So I'm going to just film both options. That way you guys have all the options that we've worked on. I know we're going to do the gentle leader for the most part, but I want to make sure that you have both. So let's start it with this. So he's on a slip lead. One hand is your anchor hand. The other hand is your talking hand. So if he's walking on the left-hand side, that's where your talking hand is going to be on the left, your left hand, and it's okay, let's go. And as he walks, there should be looseness in your leash. Now, if he pulls, you're going to walk back a couple steps. Good boy! The moment he connects with you, yes, now we can walk. Come on, let's go. Good boy! It is his right to walk next to you. His body is in line with you. That is his right as a dog. But when we get ahead of you, that's a privilege. When we're off to the side, that's a privilege. He can do that when you give the command that, okay, go say hi, or okay, go sniff. He has to walk right here. It's basically a modified heel. This is going to help you when he gets growly with other dogs, when he gets snippy with anything else, when he does a pancake on you. That's where it's, nope, you got to be right next to me, because when he's right next to you, it's like proximity. I'm holding his hand for him to pay attention. Valentino, come on. Let's go. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, good boy. Good. So when you're walking and you're doing the gentle leader or the slip lead, you're going to practice doing turns into him. Now the key to this is you're going to use your leg to push not his head, not his body, but ideally right here. And it's going to be hit you both differently because of height. But the idea is that I'm just, no, let's go. Good boy. Whoop, let's go. Now, most people will pull back on the leash, whether it's on a gentle leader or if it's on a slip lead, where they pull back to try to get the dog to do it. The key to this is keeping your arm down and relaxed. So that way there's looseness there. Yes, good boy. But it's about, hey, I need you to pay attention. Yes. This good boy. When you redirect him. He really wants that cow. You love this cow, don't you? This is a toy dog. This is a high drive toy dog. So when you do walks, bring a toy with you. And ask him for things. Can you sit? Yes, okay. And whether he gets to be off leash or he's right next to you and you get to shove it in his face, both of those are acceptable to him. And allowing him to have a victory lap, yay, good boy! And when you go towards him, he's like, okay, cool, let's play. You're gonna walk away. Valentino. Yes, see that right there? So this is where I could put a leave it. Good boy. And wait, because if he's like I dropped it, but I'm going to pick it back up in a big game of chase. So it's I leave it and I'll wait till you pick it up. You can also practice the leave it game of obnoxious, leave it, no, sir. And that right there, that's pleasing behavior. He's like, okay, I know I can't have it. Okay, good boy. Yeah, now he gets to have the ball or the toy or whatever it is. You have a really good smart dog. It's clarifying your lines of communication and finding out what he loves. He loves play. He loves attention. So how can we help push through that barrier of frustration and get him to nicely calm and be in focus? Practicing leave it name game at home and play in your day-to-day is going to help on your leash walks when you are walking him. Having him right next to you, hey, with me, is going to make the world of difference in that leash focus and commands. Whether it's a slip lead or a gentle leader, he will walk with both. He will redirect with both. He's a very good boy. There's some work to be done and integration, which is why we do the private lessons with you guys. But it's about enjoying what he enjoys and what you enjoy about him and just helping you guys have a little bit more space to breathe. If you have any questions, I'm always here for you guys. And then whether we do training or not in the future, again, I'm here for you as a resource at any time. It's been an absolute pleasure working with him. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you guys as well. And I look forward to doing our individual lessons. Let me know if you have any questions, and this is our last video.